Okay. Okay, you all. Hey. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. Woo! Listen, thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all. I value you all. I love y'all. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being really a part of this show. Thank you for being the show. The Daily Dish with Dimples cannot operate like it can't operate by myself. You know what I mean? It's for good people like you who say, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Hello. So thank you again so much for being here. So my name is Dimples. Okay. And so we're going to just get started. Okay. We are going to just get started. My name is Dimples, okay? You all have now rolled up onto the Daily Dish with Dimples, okay? So thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being here. So listen, you all, the Daily Dish with Dimples is all about just finding out what's going on in the outside world. Because we're always here, we don't know what's going on, right? And we don't always want to admit that we're addicted, right? Fine. What the Triple D does is take what's going on the outside and bring it to the inside, right? Bring it to the inside because you know what? I, for one, I have stopped. I pay less for my cable bill. Let me tell you, I, for one, have not even watched my cable since like power went off. You understand? Like I've watched one channel. So guess what? It's going to come down even more. But the fact is, we're here. So listen, a couple of things. We have guests that come here. What happens is, so what do I do here? How do I take it from the outside to the inside? I talk about celebrity news. I talk about topics that are going on in the world or celebrity news, just different variety, right? It's call it the Wendy Williams on like speed, whatever you want to call it, okay? But I bring to you what's to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. I introduce two featured guests that come on the show, and I talk about particular topics. Like each one takes one topic each, right? And each guest gives their take. They give their opinion, they give how they feel, they give their own individual take. And I like for us here to make sure we're respectful to whatever that take is, whatever their feelings and so forth are, is their take, is their perspective, and it needs to be treated with respect. On this show is no, and excuse me, if it's not treated with respect or if you are derogatory in any means to my guest who I've invited here, you will be seeing the door, right? And I don't want that to happen to you. So please make sure you don't, okay? Make the necessary occur, okay? Because I have great people that support me and there's positive vibes here only. So there will be no profanity, definitely no derogatory things that are said, but we're here to meet new guests and we're also here to find out what's going on, okay? So guess what? Let's get into it. I do want to say thank you in advance for any and all gifts. Because I'm going to be speaking and so forth, I may not be able to say thank you right away. If I put my hands up, that also means thank you. Okay, so we got some sign language going on. All right. So thank you in advance for all gifts and just for your presence. It is a present. So with all that being said, thank you all so much for coming. This is the Daily Dish with Dimples, the Triple D. And what we're doing is bringing the outside to the inside to kind of let you know what's going on, all right? So guess what? We want to get into some of the stuff going on. So listen, let's talk about, last week, it was last Monday, Colin Powell passed away, right? So we remember Colin Powell. I even took an extra time, yes. For those who may not know, still know, Colin Powell actually is no longer with us. We want to say continue to rest in peace, right? We want to just say continue to rest in peace. Now, so thank you. But I wanted to bring up is the fact that Colin Powell was actually married. Colin Powell was married to his wife for like 6 decades, okay? Can you listen? This man, he was married to her for 6 decades. Okay. I'm like, wow, when you look at love, when you look at the opportunity to be with someone or like a soulmate, oh my goodness, like, can you imagine being married to someone that long? Someone that long and loving them or living with them, and being with them. Like, he was married for 60 years. Now, what I would like to just focus on is that, does it happen nowadays? Is it possible? Is it really, really possible? But he was married for 6, yes. And that was what I like to say. Now, listen, her name is Alma. We're going to talk about Alma very briefly, but Alma Powell was her name, right? And that was his wife, and they had 6 decades together. Now, who was Alma Powell? Alma Powell, she is an American audiologist and the widow of the military political figure. Now, her birthday, she was born October 27th in Birmingham, Alabama. Okay, so she had 2 parents. But listen, I bring her up because that love, not only I bring it up for a couple of reasons. The fact that that great African-American man, he was supported by a really great African-American woman. So as I paid homage to Colin, I definitely want to give a major homage or a piece of gratitude to her. Because, they say behind every strong man is a strong woman as well. So I'm not going to leave her out. So big shout outs, and want to keep our prayers and blessings on Alma. Because right now can you imagine, she's feeling that loss. So I definitely want to say, keep our prayers up for Alma, okay? Because that's very important to do so. So we'll keep them in our prayers, right? So listen, y'all, this is another thing I wanted to talk about. I will be turning my battles off. Let me do that right now. God bless them all. So, all right, that's 60 years, no problem. So let's talk about something else. Now, I also spoke with you all before, and I talked to you how William Shatner was the oldest person to go up into space, right? The oldest person to go into space. Now, he was 90 years old. That happened on October 13. Now, William Shatner went up as the second person in like the Blue Origin. The Blue Origin is like a shuttle that was created by Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, of course, the owner of Amazon, he went up to space. And guess what? He's been wanting to go up to space for a minute, but he went up. So when he went up, they said, hey, wow. He's like, who else can I get to go up? So he said, hey, that's going to be not only than Shatner, right? So when William Shatner went up there, hey, some people had something to say about that. Yeah, some people had something to say about that. Well, and guess who has something to say about that? Well, Prince William. Yeah, Prince William said, hey, yeah, you said, I want to turn off my speaker because I don't want it to affect the sound. You see, people were affected. So yeah, Prince William was upset. Prince William was upset because they said, hey, you are spending money, or why don't you, what he said is, we should focus on saving the earth. Why? That's what Prince William was upset. Prince William said, hey, why are we sending people up to space? Why aren't we protecting the earth? Why aren't we spending money and time on the resources that are on this earth? Why are we not doing that? So if I'm not mistaken, you said he actually cried. Prince William cried about this. I didn't know that he was so moved, but guess what? I can understand. People love this world. They say, hey, how can we have it? Yep, William Shatner cried. Okay. Well, people were hurt. And you know what? Prince William said he was disappointed that we weren't spending time. But guess what? Prince William is allowed to have his opinion. He is so allowed to have his opinion. And guess what? That's exactly what it is. So listen, you all, I definitely want to say, hey, My name is Dimples. You all have rolled onto the Daily Dish with Dimples. That's the triple D. It happens every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. Listen, the Daily with Dimples is an opportunity to really take what's going on in the outside world, because that's the outside world, to the inside, because just to keep us up to speed with what's going on. So for everyone, thank you for coming. Everyone who are back, welcome home. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So listen, like I mentioned, he has a right to his opinion, and that's fine, no problem. So listen, you all, I want to ask and see if Miss Loyalty, are you happen to be here at this present time? Because that is one of my guests for today. So I may not have seen her come in, and if she isn't, we're going to give her a couple moments. Okay, we'll give her a couple moments. Let me ask, and if another one of my guests, I believe that she was here. If you are indeed prepared or ready to come in, please let me know just by showing me that plus sign that's there, okay? I have some other things to go over, so we're going to keep on rolling, okay? We are going to keep dog on rolling. So listen, you all. Oh my gosh. Yo, sometimes I have to take a deep breath. I feel like I'm asthmatic, but I'm not. Listen, Dr. Dre. Do y'all know what happened to Dr. Dre just a few days ago? Have y'all heard what happened to Dr. Dre at his grandmother's funeral? EB, you know, right? Guess what? Some of us, we be in the loop. That's why I'm here. Y'all, Dr. Dre was served with divorce papers at his grandmother's funeral. Oh my goodness. Yes. He was served with divorce papers at his grandmother's funeral by his wife, who once, oh my gosh, yes, she said, yes. Oh, brother, you might be in that doggone grave if by any chance you think I'm not going to get my money, okay? So she served him. Now, listen, I said I had to talk about this. He was served. Now, listen, he was served with divorce papers. Yes. Now they say, hey, they said she didn't serve him at the gravesite. Dr. Dre. They said he didn't serve him at the gravesite. Okay, served. They said he wasn't served at the what's name. But listen, wait. Is it a difference? Hello, Loyalty. Is there a difference if you serve in the parking lot of your grandmother's funeral, or does it make a difference if you served at the burial site? Does it make a difference? Does it? Nope. It sure doesn't. It sure doesn't. Well, guess what? He was served. Listen, y'all, be careful. Just be easy with us. You understand? Because a woman scorned is a woman mourn. You understand? So just be easy with us. Be gentle with us, because unfortunately, hey, now listen, she was getting paid, mind you, $300,000 every month in alimony. Okay, not even alimony, because they're not really finished the divorce. So she's getting paid $300K every month. That's serious dough, okay? So you know she was a woman scorned. You know she was a woman scorned if she ever said, dang, I want to serve him at his grandmother. You know she saw and knew his grandmother. She didn't care. She didn't care at all. So listen, you all, be kind to people. Let's just be kind. Listen, I definitely want to say thank you all for being here. We're going to have our first guest that's going to request the box. I want to just say welcome to everyone that's here. Thank you for your presence. It is a present. It's a present to me and a present to people that are here. I just want to say, hey, we are not being derogatory or disrespectful to our guests that I invited, right? We're not going to do that with no profanity. We want to be able to be respectful, all right, of the people here and what their takes are, okay? So what I'm going to do is really just invite the first guest, right? Our first guest, who I'm so thankful to be here, is coming right on up. And that first guest is Miss Loyalty. Hey!
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you wonderfully.
Okay, perfect.
I can hear you wonderfully. Thank you so much. Can you all see me?
Yes.
Can you see me perfect?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Smurfy.
Loyalty. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, listen, our topic. So bear with me for a moment, because I'm gonna actually mute you for a moment, only because of the background noise. because I want to talk about our particular topic, okay? This is the topic that you'll be weighing in on. And listen, you all, this topic is about none other than Adele. Okay, listen, would be about Adele, but guess what? She's such a hot topic, and I'm gonna talk about her a little bit later. Okay, Adele is one of our topics, so just be ready to talk about her. Okay, the topic that I'm talking with Loyalty about is shocking. Okay, it's a little shocking, right? But we're gonna weigh on it. Listen, y'all, Alec Baldwin. I'm not sure if you all have heard or not. Alec Baldwin accidentally killed someone on the set of his show that he was producing. Okay, he accidentally killed someone. All right, yes. And you know what? Alec Baldwin was the producer of a show that was coming to us. Right, he was the actor in it, but he is like the executive producer. So listen, unfortunately, he held up a gun and shot through the camera against it was one of his directors, right? It was one of his directors. Now, there's a lot of controversy behind this because they said, TMZ released, they said that there were 3 errors. There were 3 errors that happened, okay? And the first one was that a real gun was used. The fact that a real gun was used, it wasn't a prop gun. It was a real gun. You got a real gun on the set, which is like baffled many people, okay? The second thing was, why did they have live ammunition? Who you really taking out? Like, who you trying to kill today? You know, why is it that this gun had live ammunition? I don't understand. Like, why is it? Because the fact is a gun, but a gun with ammunition can kill. So there's some things that were being looked at. It's like, come on, Alec, what happened? What did we go wrong? Right? This is beyond being careless. Like, this is the responsibility. So 1, why is a real gun being used? 2, why you got live ammunition? And 3, there is an armorist, what they call an armorist. An armorist is responsible, an armorist is paid and is responsible for saying, hey, is everything correct? Is everything right? Is everything ready for this gun? And according to what I learned, the armorist did not give the gun to Baldwin, the director did. Now, the unfortunate director is, I believe, the same one that was killed. And her name was, just to give respect to her, her name was Helena Hutchins. Okay, Helena Hutchins is the woman that passed away. But there were a few things that were done wrong on this set. But Alec Baldwin, what I will say is, he has been supportive. He was seen over the weekend at the memorial or the burial, embracing her husband. You know, embracing her husband with his respects, or I guess with his apologies, but he was seen embracing them, right? So my question is, and what we want to talk about is this gun violence. Which it boils down to real gun violence. You know what I mean? It depends, right? What's the difference? What is the difference with this gun violence? Is there enough things that are being done? We have gun violence that's the violent gun violence, but now we have things such as this with this type of gun violence. Where are we going? Where are we headed? Is the same responsibility going to be happening to Alec for what he did? Like, the same responsibility is for the people who have put guns in the place that do it on purpose? Will the same thing be meted out to Alec Baldwin? Because as someone said, this is a liability, as a suit coming on. Like this is enough for wrongful death. You know, this is enough for like a critical negligence. My question to you, Loyalty, and I want to say thank you so much for being here. My question to you, hey, and I want you to simmer this for a minute, because I want to welcome new guests as well. My question to you is the killing that Alec Baldwin meted out to Miss Helena accidentally to Miss Hutchins, is that a difference? Should that be weighed on the same as other gun violence? Will it be looked at as the same? Now, I want you to hum on that for 1 second, because I want to welcome new guests. I want to welcome people that are here. Thank you all so much. This is the Daily Dish with Dimples. Thank you so much for being here. The Daily Dish with Dimples happens every Monday at 2 p.m. sharp. Thank you, thank you. Thank you in advance for being here. Thank you for coming. Make sure that you're respectful. Make sure that you hey, I don't want to see you put out, so don't let the necessary occur. My question to Loyalty, who is our first guest, is after Alec Baldwin accidentally murdered someone, killed someone, is there a difference between his accident with gun violence, and is there a difference with the gun violence that happens on the street to a lot of minorities? Hey, Loyalty, weigh in on that for me, sis.
So I'm gonna say there is a little difference. I read a little bit more on it, and
Okay.
I'm only gonna say that because that gun touched a lot of hands before it touched his. There was a
Okay.
lot of safety was supposed to be involved. There was a lot of people who was supposed to check that gun before it even got to the set. So
Right.
I am gonna say that it's kind of a difference
Oh.
because that's what was supposed to happen. So it wasn't only his fault, it was the three hands that touched it before him. It was why did the producer give him the gun without everything going on. It's a lot of different factors that go along with this. Like it's crazy, and I'm sure that it was an accident because everybody on that set said that he was the most safest person ever when it
Okay.
comes to like his producing and everything. I don't think that it was as safe as it should have been.
Okay.
Um, Loading a live gun is sometimes they do use live guns, but they're supposed to be blank bullets in guns if they're going to use it, especially if you're going to use it to actually shoot someone. They're supposed to be blank bullets. So how did any live ammunition get on the set is beyond me.
Mhm.
So it makes me think it was a setup some kind of way. That's just me personally.
Okay.
Because it shouldn't, if there's no live ammunition used, why was there any on set at all?
Exactly.
So
I understand. I understand. Thank you so much for that. What I would say is this. Now, the armorist, now we have the armorist, they said the armorist was a rookie. They said the armorist was a rookie. That you didn't even have like she had learned, she was 24 years old and she had learned about guns being around her father. She had learned about guns being around her brother, but she was 24 years old. And this is one of her first opportunities at being an armorist. And as you mentioned, as you heard from Loyalty, it wasn't even passed off by her. So, it wasn't passed off by her. And that's what armorists are for. They are there to make sure things are legitimate, that it's being handled correctly. And unfortunately, this is a big lawsuit that's happening now. Now, Alec can hold people and hold babies, and God bless his soul. We want to listen. Let's take a moment for. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but let's really take a moment to pray for Alec Baldwin because I love the Baldwins. You understand? And I know he did not mean this. I know he would not do this on purpose. So we really, while we have this conversation, there's always another side to this. To this. Yes, it was an accident, but you know what? Yo, Alec Baldwin feel real bad right now. Alec Baldwin feels very, very bad. So I want to be able just to give a certain amount of, hey, comfort or support, moral support. You know what I
right.
mean, Alec, because I know he didn't mean it. Alec, the Baldwins are bosses on the screen. You understand? They have been around. There's a family business of Baldwins, and I love them all. So my heart goes out to them. My heart goes out to the woman's husband. So I definitely want to be able to say that. Now, what I will tell you, Lois, you want to know something that you may or may not have heard. You want to hear something?
Yes.
They use that gun, that same gun. They use that in target practice. Do you know that they actually use that the same gun that killed her was the same gun that they would actually take off set and have target practice?
Wow.
I mean, did the gun actually was it just a side thing for y'all to do? Was what I mean? Yeah, like can
Right.
you believe that? So the actual gun that they used was something that was used in target practice. Now that's what it was supposed to be for. I know this may be something that will really change the way safety is handled. Do you
Right.
think that this is something that had to happen? I mean, like, or do you think this is something that had to happen to be realistic of the things that can happen on set?
I think it is because even though that gun was loaded, you know how many times they probably pointed that gun and it went off, not being you know,
Yes.
so, and my only question about that was why was it pointed? If you weren't shooting a scene to that person, why was it pointed at a camera person?
Right, right,
Is
right,
my
right,
thing.
right. Right, right, right. Now, what I heard in a when I heard in a um through TMZ was that the gun was they weren't even filming. That they actually
Right.
weren't filming. That they weren't filming, and he was practicing. Actually, he was actually
Practicing.
practicing.
Yep.
The camera wasn't on. You know what I mean? It was just like he was practicing. So he wasn't filming, but he was preparing as the actor he was. You know what I mean? He was preparing as the actor he
Right.
was. So the fact is, dang, he didn't even mean to shoot one off. You know what I mean?
Right.
It does. It gets worse because it's like, hey, not only did you not mean this, but dang, you can you imagine if you really were? Can you imagine if you were acting for real and that it happened? Can you imagine that? Like
Right.
he wasn't even
Right.
filming. He was not even filming. Can you imagine how many other lives would have been taken? Do you imagine how many other lives would have been
Exactly.
taken? So I'm not sure how that happened, but more lives could have possibly been taken because he actually shot two people. Alec Baldwin, you
Right.
all, thank you so much for being here. This is the Daily Dish with Dimples. I appreciate you so much for coming. Thank you in advance for your presence. Daily Dish with Dimples happens every Monday at 2 p.m. sharp. Right now, we are having Loyalty weigh in on the real tragic situation that happened with Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin accidentally killed a member of his cast, in which he was the executive producer, and by accident. You understand? So right now we're weighing on Loyalty. My question to her was, hey, is this act of accident, the accident from a well-known actor, is that any different, or is it looked at any different than the other acts of violence that are not accidents? You know, that
Yeah.
was my
It's because it wasn't on purpose. He wasn't the one who just picked up the gun. There should have been a million hands touched that gun before. It shouldn't have, that sort of gun shouldn't have been there. Live ammunition should have been there. So I don't, only is he probably still going to get a lawsuit. It should be a lot more than him involved in what goes down. So
listen, Loyalty. Thank you all. Excuse me. Make sure that you favorite Loyalty. You understand? Loyalty, I appreciate you so much. And I mute you because sometimes there's background noise, so that way it won't have that echo. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking the time. Please make sure y'all favorite Loyalty. Loyalty is not just a name or anything. That's who she is. You understand? And guess what? Go visit her. Favorite her, go see it. But loyalty is a part of her DNA. It's a part of that's an attribute about her. She's been loyal before she came on the show, and she's been loyal just period as a person. So make sure you favor her. Make sure you go show her some love. Make sure you go show her a little of that loyalty that she shows other people. Loyalty. Let me ask you, because I do want to just ask you a couple questions about you. Like
okay.
what continues to have you stream? What keeps you streaming? I already know we talked about how you started over.
Yeah.
Just tell me what keeps you going.
So this is my fourth page. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people probably knew me as Mama's Unapologetic. Every time I come back, I change my name. So it just I've met a lot of nice people who, even when I wasn't on the app, they still reached out. And it's just, I do it for people. Like, this is my outlet. Like, I love to communicate with people. I'm a homebody, so this is like my, let me get to know some people. I may go to that state and I can be like, hey, let's go for drinks. Like, you may come to Vegas and we can go for drinks. Like, it's just getting to know different people, where people come from, different personalities. Like, my name says it all. I'm loyal. If you're loyal, I'm loyal to you. Like, I will definitely come support you. I will come sit in your stream, comment, whatever you guys need. If you need me to be on the show, I've been on a few shows since I've been back. Just let me know. Like, right now I'm working. So I can stop. Let me stop. I got you. Let me come on. Let me help you out. Like, I'm for everybody. Like, I'm for the people. I'm more of a giver than anything. Like, I barely even stream. Like, I'm more of a giver. You'll see me giving more than anything on this app.
Listen,
Can you guys hear
thank
me?
you so much. Yep, we sure can. Listen, I want to say thank you one more time. Listen, it means a lot to me that you're here. Thank you for weighing in on such a topic. Thank you for giving me your feelings. Thank you for your feedback. You all, please take the time. Make sure you favorite Loyalty. Loyalty, thank you so much. You are a blessing. God bless you. I cannot wait to see you again. Y'all, make sure y'all give a favorite to my sister, Loyalty. Thank you. I will not kick you out. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you. Listen, oh my goodness, you all, that was Loyalty. Okay, that was Loyalty. Listen, thank you so much again. You all, listen, this is the triple D. This is the Daily Dish with Dimples. And listen, thank you so much for the people who are new. Thank you for the faves. Thank you for the gifts. Listen, if you are new for the first time, appreciate you. If you are back, welcome home. This is the Daily Dish with Dimples. What the Daily Dish does is bring what's going on the outside to the inside, because we're always here, and that's okay. We are not going to like be mad about that. Guess what? We're going to bring everything here. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday, and we're excited, y'all. We're excited because this show is heading towards great things. Great things. Now, listen, we do have one more guest. We have one more topic to talk about, but guess what? I got a little bit of extras for you. I got some extras for you. Just a couple, right? Listen, y'all know what happened recently a few weeks ago? Well, listen, actually, no. Meadow Walker. Does anyone know who Meadow Walker is by any chance? If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But Meadow Walker is her name. Anyone familiar with who that is? Anyone? Now, Walker is the last name. Now, listen, y'all. Yeah, well, Meadow Walker is the daughter of the late Paul Walker. The Paul Walker that's in the series. Yeah, the Fast and the Furious series. Yes. Yo, her father, Paul Walker, I know our lives have been touched by that franchise, okay? Meadow Walker is the daughter of the late Paul Walker, who died in a very, very, very tragic car accident, right? So yeah, now she just got married. She recently got married, and she got married a few weeks ago in the Dominican Republic. And do y'all know who walked her down the aisle in her father's place? Do you happen to know who walked her down the aisle? Guess what? You probably don't. Okay, that was a good one. That was a really, really good one. Vin Diesel. Yeah. Vin Diesel, very close friend of Paul Walker, walked Meadow Walker down the aisle. Yep. And he filled in the place of her late father, Paul Walker. So definitely, we remember him. We were touched by him. And I just, I think that the support, when you have friends, friendship lasts forever. Okay, so they were great friends. So Vin Diesel actually walked his daughter down the aisle, just filling in for her father. They were really close friends. So yes, it is definitely a heart jerker. You know what I mean? Just the whole franchise is, especially, they had like 5 or 6. I lost count at how many episodes or shows that they had or movies they had within those franchise, but know that his spirit lives on. His spirit lives on in his friends and his daughter. His spirit lives on in movies, and it always will. So I definitely want to say, hey, shout out to Vin Diesel for holding his good buddy down. So listen, I am super, super excited. I'm super excited because, listen, we're going to talk about, we have our next guest coming just a couple of moments. All right. Hey, our next topic is Adele. Listen, Adele is on fire right now. Has anyone seen who Adele? Have we seen her? Anyone? Yes. Have we seen her recently? Yes. Listen, I am super, 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 super proud of Adele, because Adele, she looks totally different. Oh my gosh, Adele is on Spanish Vogue, Brit Vogue. Like she looks fantastic. Adele lost a significant amount of weight, and she's been sporting around. She's working on a new album. She's got a new boyfriend. You know what I mean? But for a long time, Adele wanted to lose weight. And listen, y'all, men, hello. This may not be for y'all. This is what we deal with. You understand? So you may or may not understand it, and that's fine. But this is the stuff that we deal with and that we entertain because it's our choice. But Adele's on fire right now. She has a new boyfriend. She wants to come back in her album, but she had a rough time getting there. right? You have a rough time getting there. When you talk about the shame she may have experienced when she was bigger, because there's a lot of shame that is a lot of, I call it guilt that people put out to others when they may not be the same size. When it may not be the same size or fit in the same clothing size or just have the same weight. So Adele experienced a whole lot of things. So I think I want to make sure I give an opportunity to talk about her, but the awesome thing that's going on in her life. And one of the best people that, hey, is here, one of my second featured guests. Hey, can you please request the box if you have not done so already? And she has. Listen, yo, please welcome Yuhmuddaaaa. Yeah.
Hola, it's Yuhmuddaaaa.
Listen, oh my, let me tell you, Yuhmuddaaaa, thank you. You better put some Yuhmuddaaaa on it. Listen, Yuhmuddaaaa is one of my favorite people. I promise you, it's one of my favorite names here. I have the most excitement calling Yuhmuddaaaa. You understand? Yuhmuddaaaa. Okay. So here, welcome so much here today, just to talk about Adele, talk about, the juiciness going on in her life, is none only than Yuhmuddaaaa. Yuhmuddaaaa, how are you doing today?
I am great, and I'm glad to be here on the Triple D. Okay, Triple D, Triple D energy.
Listen, thank you, and that is a segue. Welcome, you all. We now have Yuhmuddaaaa. Yuhmuddaaaa is in the box, and we're about to go into a conversation about Adele. Y'all, listen. The Triple D, the Daily Dish with Dimples, happens every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to get right into it. So, have you seen Yuhmuddaaaa? Have you seen Adele recently?
I have.
Is it her you looking for?
I mean, we're looking for half of her now, but I ain't mad at that. I am not mad at that. I think a lot of people have a lot to say about people's weight loss, weight gain. We're never content. So I'm all about body positivity, and I think Adele exudes that. I mean, she looked confident when she was plus size, and she definitely looks confident now at her. I don't want to say weight loss, but in her healthy, where she feels good, and new boo. Can we be mad at that?
Exactly.
Hello?
Exactly.
Can you hear me?
Exactly. Now, listen, she does have a new boyfriend, right? She has a new boyfriend, and he's a chocolate something drop. I'm telling you, I'm not sure if you all have seen him or not, but make sure you Google him because he's very, very handsome. Now, she was seen, his name is Rich Paul, okay? His name is Rich Paul.
Is he rich?
You girl.
Does he look fine like Paul Walker?
Listen, I would say double yes. Now, his name is Rich Paul. Now, they were seen last very cozy at a Lakers game, right? They were just what do you call them, side? I haven't been to it. Basketball side. I'm just, going to do the visual. Courtside. Thank you. They were seen courtside, very hugged up and all lovable. And I will say this. She confirmed her relationship with him on Vogue in an interview, okay? And I think she had been very quiet about that because she wanted to keep some of her business to herself. So she had just recently told Vogue that she confirmed the relationship. His name is Rich Paul. And also, now listen, Rich Paul is the founder of Clutch Sports Group. Now, Clutch Sports Group is, I believe, like they market or, they market for other people. So he's in charge of a lot of different things and a lot of celebrities and so forth. So he's
rich. Throw it in the bag. Throw it in the bag. He rich. Okay.
Exactly. So he's a very, very big deal. Now, my question to you, Yuhmuddaaaa, do you think that people, like her losing this weight or her being where she is right now, if she's treated differently, what's your way in? What's your way in on a lot of things that now happen to, yes, that's correct. Thank you so much. He is LeBron James. And I want to go back there because that was thank you so much. He is LeBron James' agent and best friend. You already know it's a very big deal. So thank you so much for that. My question to you is like, the treatment that she might get differently now when she is now slim, as opposed to when she is like when she was bigger, is the treatment that she receives now than later. What would you have to say about that? Now, I want to make sure, I want you to think about just the treatment, because we have what they call fat shaming, right? And then you have someone who now looks like Adele, right? Who she is, it's almost like a Jennifer Hudson. You remember how Jennifer Hudson was a little bit, if we don't recall, Jennifer Hudson was chunky. Now, she was a good chunky, and she was an Oscar winner at that, but she shrank down. So before you answer that, I want to thank everyone for coming here. Thank you. This is the Daily Dish with Dimples. Hey, the Daily Dish with Dimples, just a way of bringing, because we're always here, it's an opportunity to bring out what's going on the outside, to bring it on the inside. And right now we have your mother. Your mother is weighing in on Adele. She is weighing in on, hey, my question to her was, hey, is Adele going to be treated differently about her being smaller? And how would you weigh in on the treatment that she received when she was bigger, right, to the treatment that she's receiving now? What's your weigh in on that?
This is going to sound very cliche, but I think the beauty is within us. I have had the pleasure of being slim, and I've had the pleasure of being plus size. And I don't think my personality ever changes, my confidence ever changes. I think for women, we fluctuate all the time. It's unfortunately, it comes to the people. But I think maybe treatment will be better. I don't know. But what I do know that is if she's a genuine person, she deserves everything that comes her way. And, I'm happy that she's found love. I'm happy that she's in a better space. And I hope that she did it for health reasons rather than, people's opinion of who she was. And if I kind of get her vibe right, I mean, I don't know her, but I don't think she gives a yamada about anybody. I think Adele was good when she was good. You know what I mean? So I just hope people take the time to get to know her for who she is rather than how she looks. And you know what I mean? And if she's happy, I'm happy. And yeah, and to those people that, kind of look at people's outsides or, our outer appearance first, take the time to get to know people because, weight is ever changing, especially with women, like, you know what I mean? And we always like to fat shame and do this and do that. But women go through a lot, whether it's, our menstrual or having kids or depression or this or that, directly impact our weight. Like the other day I called my cousin up because, she lost a whole lot of weight and she was plus size. And I'm like, what's the secret? I'm struggling over here. She's like, I'm stressed. I'm like, send the stress over here. Mm-hmm. So, we all deal with stress, differently. When I'm stressing, I like to hit a couple burgers. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. I want some good homely food. I'll call my grandma, be like, cook this best dish that you could, because I'm sad right now. You know what I mean? So we all deal with it differently. So I just think that, if she's in a good space health-wise and she's in a good space mentally, if she's confident and she feels good within herself, then that's all that matters. And if she's gonna, get an influx of interested people or whatever the case may be, just because of her appearance, just hopefully she sorts through that herself and finds out who's genuine and who's not. And, girls, whatever she looks like, smash it, look good, look great, because I think we all can look good at whatever size or whatever time in life we are. So I'm happy for her.
I want to say thank you so much. I want to say thank you so much for bringing up the fact in terms of women, right? You brought up a really, really sound, biological, right? Those are sound biological things that you brought up in terms of our monthlies or our emotions or some things that are biologically going to happen. And I don't think a lot of attention is paid on that, right? Or it's just like, hey, oh, you're on the bag, you're on the rag, you know what I mean? And we are taught that way. So thank you so much for mentioning that, because we got a bad rap enough. You understand? We got a bad rap enough. And guess what? Some people are not going to understand it. It may not be their business to understand it, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
Listen, I want to say thank you all so much. You have reached the Daily with Dimples. This the Daily Dish with Dimples. It's the triple D. Don't y'all ever let me forget anyone in the doggone D's. It's triple. Listen, thank you so much for being here. I'm not done with you. Y'all, thank you all for being here. It is a pleasure to have you. Hey, please make sure you continue to be respectful to our guests, to their point of view, because, hey, they were invited here to give their take, to give their perspective. So I definitely want to say thank you. We are here every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, hey, this is an opportunity to really just bring what's going on outside. Listen, y'all, we missed a good deal. We really missed a good deal of things that happened. So we have this as an opportunity to really, really just talk about things. Your mother, let me ask you this. There was another woman, and I can't think of her name, but oh my gosh, she's a heavyset woman. That she's an entertainer, an actor, and she's a singer, and she performs on stage. And I'm at a loss where her name is, and I'm gonna have to come back to it. But all I try to bring her name up to say that the Jennifer Hudsons or the performance.
There's Lizzo. There's Lizzo right now.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Lizzo. Is it Lizzo?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, is Lizzie, or is something of that effect. But she's a very talented woman, Lizzo. She's very talented, but she went through some shame. I mean, like, she didn't decide to leave to lose the weight, but she went through a lot of shame, or even her performances, or even when she came out with something that was exposed. You figure people used to, they say, well, the wall on it. I am a heavy, or I'm full figured, and I can show some nipple. Why can she? Why can Rihanna? Why can Rihanna do that? And I can, when I do it, it's like, oh my gosh, like here's like Waldo, you know what I mean? Or here's, Shamu. Like, why does she have to be treated like that when it's just her body? You know what I mean? So we have to continue to be mindful that that does happen to women, and that does happen in this world. And I continue to encourage people who are plus size models or have been plus size to continue that up, because there are people that are plus size that need to be accepted as such. So I really want to say thank you so much. Listen, your mother, I want to talk about you. I want people to know who you are. Please tell us how long you've been streaming, and what makes you continue. Tell us about you.
So I am Yamada. We gotta exaggerate the A's because but yeah, I've been streaming about a year now. What I am Canadian. I'm Canadian A. I am very Canadian. I'm from Toronto. And I've been streaming about a year. My stream is very island based. I love the Caribbean. I am Caribbean. So you could catch me playing music, chopping it up with interesting conversations, but I like the chill vibes. That's kind of me. I do have a show, much like yourself now, that comes on Sundays at 4 p.m. So if any of you guys want to join in, it's about travel and a little bit of trivia. So if you guys want to join, definitely hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram is @1Yuhmuddaaaa. Yeah, and I rock in circles with you and with Smurfy and a lot of other cool people on this app. And I love streaming because it's gotten me to connect with various different people, especially across the world, with people in the States or in the UK or anywhere really. And, it kind of helped me find the common ground in all of us. And that common ground starts with the platform that we're on, streaming. So it's really great. It's been an amazing journey. And I love it. So thank you for having me.
Oh no, it's my total pleasure. It's my total pleasure. Let me ask you this. Now you mentioned okay, you're Canadian, but you, in terms of the island, what part of you is from the island? Your family, your heritage, what's the island part reference from?
Oh, so the island. So my mom is from Jamaica and my dad is from Sri Lanka, which is off of India, I would say. So it's the south of India.
Nice. Have you ever been to Sri Lanka? People only talk about. A lot of people, I feel like it hasn't been a destination. I know it's a beautiful place. Have you ever been there, and would you ever go?
Yes, I've been there. It's a pearly little island. It's beautiful. A lot of people actually do go there for like surfing. We have a lot of like thermal. Thank you. We have a lot of thermal springs. We have the jungles. We have a little bit of everything. White sands, good food. So I've definitely been. I went to school there when I was younger, fluent in the language as well. Um, and would I go again? Definitely. I definitely want to give my children the opportunity to learn a little bit about the islands, a little bit about your mother. You know what I
Yes.
say? My kids already know my screen name. They know when I hit this screen, they gotta switch. It's no longer mommy, it's your mother. So, I kind of want to give them a little bit of pieces of me. So they get an understanding of travel, the importance of travel, the importance of communication, the importance of staying connected to who we are. So yeah.
No, no, you said that you spent some time in there for school. You went to school. I mean, like when you were little, when you were a
Yes.
teenager.
I was a baby. Yeah. So probably about 3 or 4, the same ages as my kids. So I went there at a little village school, went there to immerse myself in the culture. My parents sent me with my grandparents, actually, for me to learn the language and learn, I think South Asians are really enriched with their culture. They really like you to, be immersed in that. And the only way they saw fit was to be there.
Okay.
Yeah, so much of my life, that's why I love traveling, is I think the only way to kind of learn is by going there and immersing yourself, and just taking that dive in. And much like streaming, if you don't dive into it, then you kind of don't know what you're getting yourself into. But you go with the flow, you learn as you go, and it excites something in you. So
Yes, yes, yes. Let me ask you a question. When are you, first of all, you all, please make sure, because we only have a couple more moments with your mother. Okay, make sure you favor her right now, that you can check her out. Check her out. She's a whole vibe. My question to you is, what do you see yourself? Where now? I know you have a show that's happening on Sundays, correct? Like, but what's your show? What are your goals? What do you see yourself going moving forward?
I hate this question because um
What do you hate about the question? Before,
I get anxiety with commitment.
yeah, yeah.
I get anxiety with commitment, but I love to commit to things that I love doing, that give me, great vibes, the great energy.
Okay.
So I am just taking it one step at a time. You know what I mean? If I have great people on my show, and I continue making great connections like yourself, and have the opportunity to come on the Daily Dish with Dimples at Monday at 2 p.m., then I will stay on this app. And I will go and I will grow all the way to the top if they would allow me to. So, yeah, I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Yes.
I'm enjoying everything that it has to offer, the connections, the people,
Yes.
the shows, like yours here today. And yeah, and we'll see. I mean, there's only one way to go, right? And that is up.
Yes. Listen. Oh my gosh. What a way. What a way. Listen, you all, please favorite your mother. No, your mother. Y'all
You
favorite your
gotta you gotta give it the island vibes, or you're not doing it right.
you're not. You're not. Make sure you favorite your mother. Make sure you favor her. Go visit her. Go check her out. Your mother. Before you leave, I really just want to say that the last thing you said, and I think this can help ourselves. It's about being in the present, right? Because
Yeah.
sometimes one of my good friends always says we're either living in the past or we're living in the future, right? But it's hard enough, like should live in the present. So the fact that you said that honestly and genuinely is so important, because we need to live in the present, because that's all we have. That's all we're promised. We can't live in the past, and we can't work for the future because we don't know when we're going to make it that way. So thank you for just setting that off. Thank you for being bold and courageous to say that. Thank you for growing and living and loving on all of us. Listen, y'all, thank you, your mother. Thank you. Thank you, your
Thank
mother.
you.
I want to say thank you, Loyalty, for being here. I appreciate all of you all. I appreciate you, your mother. She has a show. Say one more time, your show on Sunday is called at 4 p.m. It's called
It's called Life is a Beach.
Yo, Y'all check out Yuhmuddaaaa and Life is a Beach. That's every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yuhmuddaaaa, get my box. I love you, girl.
Bye. Thank
Listen, yes. Yuhmuddaaaa, thank you so much. I really want to say thank you to Yuhmuddaaaa. I want to say thank you to Loyalty. I want to say thanks to my bouncers. I want to say thank you for people who are here. Yo, this is a voluntary part of your time. This is a choice. It's a choice. That means you chose to be here. I love you. I thank you all. I appreciate you. We are wrapping this baby boy up, okay? And listen, y'all, sooner or later, this show is going for bigger things. So thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for loving on me. Listen, the Daily Dish with Dimples, the Triple D, just like Yuhmuddaaaa said, every Monday is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for the faves. Thank you for the gifts. Hey, y'all, I got work to do in my regular world, okay? So I'm going to open up the box. I will open up the box for a couple moments. You all, if y'all thought it was a good show, let me hear it. Tell me what you thought about it. Anyone, that's helpful to me to say, hey, I was there at the Triple D, and this is what I thought. This is your opportunity. So for just a couple moments, I'm going to put up the date box because I want to hear what you had to say. I do. Don't get crazy because guess what? It's still the show time for 5 more minutes. So I'm going to open up the guest box and I would love for you to come in and just tell me what you may have thought. What you may have thought or what you felt or what you didn't know. You can share a few thoughts, but guess what? I got about 3-4 minutes and then I'm going to get on out of here. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all show it can't be done with just me. So thank y'all so much. Y'all the studio audiences, you understand? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I thank y'all so very much. Thank you. Thank y'all. I'm excited for what the show is about to be doing. I'm excited to have the support and the love from my people, y'all, my friends. You understand? And let me tell you one thing. Like this app, and I always say, don't get this thing twisted. This is an app, right? But the app has virtual connections with real people. And I think that we have to make sure we remember that because we need each other, right? So if we're here, let's be here. Let's be here at the Daily Dish with Dimples. I love y'all. I am going to sign out so I can do the rest of my real world work, okay? I love you. I will see you all soon. And hey, I'm going to go and turn the recorder off because we take this boy. Yes. God bless y'all all. I love you. Thank you so much for my bouncers, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I love each and every one of y'all. Red Jones, you understand? Thank you. I love you. Mama, hello. I'm signing off now. It's 3:01. I will see y'all soon. Mwah! Monday, 2 p.m. Thank you. Bye, y'all. I love you. Bye.